Morning, everyone. Hope your weekend is good. Let me just get the computer up and running. I think it got turned off. All those fun technical things. I've been messing with my light, trying to get it a little better. And, you know. So how is your 2024 shaping up? My 2023 ended with a bang. I burnt 2 fingertips. That's been fun. Okay. Found Facebook. Sort of. Alright. Sorry for apologize for the little bit of a stagnant time here, but computers only work so good. And usually not when you want them to. So say hi if you're out there. And let me know how your weather is. Mine is wet today. I'm going to be for a few days. All right. There I am. Perfect. And just make it a little bigger. Make sure I stay on the screen. Okay. What are we talking about? We are talking about this lovely little favorite of mine. Terrific Toadstools. Does have a punch. And as always, thank you for shopping with me. And I went to page 22 of the main catalog. Doesn't come spiraled, I spiraled it. And I said, oh, let's just pick out a pattern here. So I picked out this one right here, which you probably can't see. So I picked up that one right there. Okay. And this is just a guideline. Just gives you some good bones. So, with this in mind and this punch, let's get started. Colors I'm using today are Crumb Cake, Calypso Coral, and Balmy Blue, one more, Early Espresso. So we're going to start with this, and I pulled out, let's see, you can't see that. I pulled out this stamp right here, and I pulled out some new paper, isn't that pretty? And this is going to be a short video because I prepped a lot of it, but I just wanted to show you. It's a little better over here. I'm just going to stamp. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way. So I stamped my little hill and cut it out. And you get this piece. And then I wanted to show you, this is Calypso Coral, and this one here. And we're going to use the punch, and you can do it a couple of ways. So I wanted this pattern to show a little bit more. And if you look at your punch, when you're punching it, I punch it this way. So you know that this is the second one right here, okay? So you're either going to have to punch something out or you're going to have to do a strip, okay? So I want to make sure that I'm punching it upside down, so that way it's lined up with my punch. And I'm going to take a full generation, and I'm going to, my scratch paper over here, stamp off, and then put it onto my cardstock. I'm going to do one other one so that I can do them at the same time. Clean that off, and then I'm going to pull out, make sure that closes. I'm going to pull out, got ink all over the top of my thumb. I'm going to pull out Boho Blue, and again, you know we're stamping it upside down, and take off the first generation just lightly, and stamp the second generation right there, okay? And then we can start doing some punches. All right. So the punch is locked for storage, so it's a little bit smaller, and it's easier to store like this or like this. You can stamp them on top of each other instead of being like this and being all not good. All right, so what I do is I put it in upside down. This does not leave a line around, so I just get it where I want it. It's just barely holding it, and then I punch. Okay, on this one, since it's the second one down, we're going to have to trim this off. Whoop. And you can see that I left myself a holding position, like so. Make sure I'm staying in camera. So then we'll bring it down to the second one. Again, I get it where I want it, and then punch. Okay, so we're gonna need our punch one more time. So I'm gonna do that so we can get it out of the way. So I just cut a little tiny strip because I wanna use this bottom little bit of the punch down here. And again, that way I'm not wasting too much paper, just a little bit. There's my punch piece I need. Here's my extras, and we can lock that down. All right, so far we have that, and this one, and that one. Okay, showed you how to stamp off. Now, another thing that's helpful, let's go back to this. And I just did this today. Say your piece is too small. Take your pick tool here, and with the little putty part, you can move this around to where you need, and then it's easier to punch. Okay, so if you make the piece too small, there's still a way it will work with that tool. All right, one more thing we need to do to stamp, actually a couple, is this is the other toadstool stem, and I'm going to do that one in the Early Espresso. Ink that up good and stamp one of those. It's a lot of ink to transfer, so I'm not squishing it down hard. I'm just holding it so you get a nice coverage of that. All right, I'm gonna need this again, so I'm gonna leave that out. Okay, I think we're just about there. I would cut that one out, but I already have one cut. I just wanted to show you that I put it on, instead of white, I put it on the crumb cake cardstock, okay? And we are gonna bring in a couple more pieces. We are gonna bring in some Early Espresso card base, some boho blue. Remember on this right here, it's the cardstock, this piece, and then these two. And these two I just cut whatever I felt like. This is 3/4 of an inch, this is 1/2 inch, okay? It really doesn't matter, whatever you have. Bits and pieces left, whatever, doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna put popping up to say hi. That's pretty generic. I figured you could use it for a birthday card. And again, this one is, and here's, this card is more for a guy, but this set uses more girly colors and flashy colors. Okay, so here is a look at, this is first generation, this is second generation. You can just see that plaid a little bit more, and that's what I liked. Okay, so this one we need to put our words on, and I am going to move them over a little bit. Make sure you get it. And I like to use this grid on here to keep my cards straight. I'm gonna have to pull it down towards me though. So keep that straight. I've got my saying on my block straight down, straight up. Don't squish it too much. Everything's always a little different. Okay, we're good with that. Now we're gonna build our card. So I'm gonna use some of this glue. And we're going to put this piece on first. And, hold on, I want to get to where I can see. So it's kind of more on that side. Oh, having troubles today. It's the darn fingers that I can't use. All right, so, and I like this glue because you have a little wiggle room. And you could have turned it this way, would have been a little easier. All right, so we got that on there, right? Now we need to position these actually wherever you want. I mean, basically, like I said, it's just a starting off point. You can do whatever you want. Now this one is reversed. This one is longer and this one's smaller. And I think I might even do a little pennant in them. Or you could just, you know, let's just do this easier. Let's just do a cut that way and then a pennant on this one. And that one doesn't seem straight. Sometimes it's your pattern, but this one just seems a little bit off to me. It is just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. Okay. And then we'll do the pennant. I always like to do right about, just pick where you think the middle is. And the further up that you cut in, the deeper your pennant will be, your banner. And I like to turn it over because I get a straighter cut if I do that. Seems like if I come from this way, I always get kind of an angle. And I didn't quite make that straight, so I'm gonna straighten it out a little bit. Or not. Not too crazy, not too worried about it. But I'm not perfect. Okay. So now we got a little activity there and some there. So at this point, the only thing you have to worry about, and I think maybe I want this going this way. See, this is just the creative part of it. And again, since my fingers have stuff on them, it's much easier to use your pick a tool. Oh, I like that. Okay, now I need my bank on there. Or my hillside, like that there. Okay. And then we're just going to start placing these. Now, the reason why I'm dry fitting is because I need to make sure that I don't do that and cover up my words. So let's bring this on top of here. And then we can move this down a little bit. So that way we have that going like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put this on so that way I make sure that it stays underneath so we can build it from the bottom now. All right, that out of the way, those out of the way. And I love this little silicone mat for gluing on. Once the glue dries, you just scrape it off, rub it off, and it works great. And if I had a pair of tweezers close by, I would pick this up with my tweezers, but I don't. And I just cut my nail, so, you know, there's that too. Oy. So let's put that guy on where we want him. Maybe a little straighter, okay. And I used the light one, so I think I'm going to stay with the light one. And figure out where I want that. Let's see, hillside next. Maybe I'll do it over the top, but like that. I still probably have time. I can switch out my tool with my spatula quick. Lift that up just ever so slightly. Because I forgot I wanted it to go on the hillside. Okay. So I like that like that. Let's do this one here. And we are just building our toadstool. Oh, and I probably should put that down first. Ah! Okay, do what I say, not as I do, right? Okay, let's get some glue on here. See, it's very forgiving. Aren't you glad? And my fingers are going to be all gluey, but that's okay. All right. And we'll get that onto there, that onto there. if I like that there. Hold on. Jock it around a little bit. Okay. Now our last toadstool can go there. And then, and my fingers are all sticky. Wash those off. And then we got these two pieces. And I had this one down first, I believe. So again, I'm using my grid to keep everything straight. And the last little bit onto there. And that looks pretty good. But I kind of like to have a little something, something. I don't really want to do sparkles for guys, but you know, we kind of want to do a little something, right? So I pulled out these from the main catalog, I believe. Yeah, I believe these are in the main catalog, otherwise they're the online. I've been trying to write online when I get them online, but they are the neutral adhesive back sequins, which I love. And we're going to turn this around again. You just twist it, pull it out, and lock it into place. Got to line it up and lock it into place. And then we can make our triangle of pretties, which I kind of like it. I think I'll go there. And you want to vary your sizes. And at this point, I'm just kind of making that triangle, long one, not long one. So there's our triangle. It's kind of a weird shaped one, but it will work. All right, so that is card number 2. I'll clean some of this out of the way so it's not so messy. Punch. Card. Oops. Go away. Card number 2, and this is just a slight variation of the first one I did. Card number 1, what do you think? I think it's adorable. I hope you do too. I would love to hear a comment, or if you have any questions, let me know. And as always, which one do you like better, this one or this one? So grab that page 22, pick a layout idea. It's a card layout, and have fun with it. I will see you next week, and some of you I will see tomorrow. Have a great weekend.